Point of View with your host, Willie P. Barry Out One. And we here today with a whole new topic for y'all. Catch this.
And we're going to reiterate on what Jay Prince was talking about.
Okay, yeah. So the topic today is about choices and chances. You have a choice. What do y'all believe? You think you got a choice and a chance? I don't know. For some people, it's complicated.
I believe we have both.
And some people can't think outside the box because they think the box is imaginary. But if you in the box, how you gonna tell me? I don't know. You tell me something. I don't know. It's your boy Willie P just talking his mind.
Yeah, that's what we're doing today, man. We trying to figure out, you know what I'm saying? Do we really have choices and chances? What choices do the choices you make determine the chances you have later in life?
That's real.
So, if you choose to run around with cats that's unsavory doing street shit, then 9 times out of 10 you're gonna go down the same road them cats go down, but not necessarily.
So what's the consequence of the hood rules? Depending on where you come from. You got white people, they call their trailer park trash, neighborhood, the hood. It's funny. And then you got the rich uppity cats that live in Beverly Hills, like I don't know, Beverly Hills, wherever Kanye and them people live at.
That's hood. Like,
you know, and it is what it is over there.
I guess wherever you lay your heart at
It is what it is.
is considered the hood.
The hood.
I don't know, this is weird.
So in this hood, in this world that we live in, this environment we live in, we have to make a choice to have a chance.
Exactly.
And in order to have a chance, you gotta make a choice.
So what choices are you making in your life? Are you making the right choices to make sure you have longevity and a chance at success in your life? Or are we really focused on here and now? The boom bop, get it done real quick, make that quick buck, and then, you know what I'm saying, then you face the consequences of your actions later. Or are we really focused in life? Are you? Are we really focused?
Yep.
I take in consideration of the choices I made in life, like deep, like wow, because the choices I made was the same choices the homies made, and they got sent one way, and I was fortunate enough to go another way. You know what I'm saying? So, what do we have to say about that right there? Was I lucky, or you know what I'm saying? A lot of people would say, "Oh, you wasn't deep in these streets or nothing." You know what I'm saying? But there's a lot of people in these streets that ain't been getting caught up by these streets too. So, the choices I made in my life, I turned them around and took a chance on making sure my children didn't have to go through that. You understand what I'm saying? So I seen my brothers, my brother-in-law, my homies. I seen a lot of people go to the pen and do some serious time. This man, my brother, a lot of people. So was the choices I made was the choices he made too. I just was happened to be fortunate, I guess. What would you say? How would you say it turned out?
Hey yo,
I'm just like confused.
I'm just gonna ad-lib.
A lot of people.
I'm gonna ad-lib to what you
All
said,
right.
and there's no wrong with what you said. Like you said, we both had a choice, but the chances was a little different. I'm a gambler. A lot of others gamblers. A lot of us figure whatever we figure. I can't call it the next guy.
Yeah.
But what I can say is, you know, when I was dealing with myself, I was at the same shaking the dice
Yeah.
at the crap game,
Yeah.
right? Trying not to get snake eyes. I got snake
Exactly.
eyes quite a few times playing with the game.
Yeah.
So in my choice, my choice ended up in the chances. So with the chances, there's a ratio. There's an average. 1 out of 6. So when we grew up, our parents tell us, our parents, when we go to parents, I'm gonna sit there and say, some people unfortunately some people are not raised with both parents. Some people only raised with one parent.
Yeah.
I had both, fortunately, and it's not bragging, boasting. I'm not to say that it made me better than anybody, because to tell you the choices I made fucked up the chances I had.
Yeah.
Because I had the right people in my corner, I just wasn't adhering to them. But that's another story. That's another episode. But the point is
that touches on right what we're talking about now. That's exactly. It's perfect. Because I trip off of that. Like a lot of my buddies, a lot of people in my life that I consider family, not even my homies, family, they had both parents.
Yeah.
And I seen the
outcome.
The outcome of the lane they chose to go into. For the most part, they all gang members. You know what I'm saying? So it's like they had both parents in the house.
Yeah.
So what made them still choose to go down that route? That's the crazy.
But now you look at the dynamics. Let's say, for example, you put in a bigger equation, because some people sitting over there thinking like, if I was watching this, right? And I'm touching y'all just to know that we average Joes. That's why this thing is titled Another Man's Point of View.
Exactly.
We ain't always right, and hopefully we ain't always wrong.
Yeah.
But the whole gist of it is to say, hey, you know what? We some average Joes. We come from various backgrounds. I may not come from where you come from, but to hit on what you said, you look at the dynamics. For example, if you come from, let's say we grew up, we colored. Mm-hmm. A lot of colored people don't come from urban neighborhoods.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, depending on how you look at it, a chance in the choice.
Yeah.
Perspectives. My parents weren't rich.
Exactly.
My father comes from, New York City, one of the roughest boroughs. Anybody from New York know what the roughest borough is. My mother, she comes from Alabama. Mm-hmm. And you know what the South is back in the 50s. Yeah. And if you can look at me now, I'm 40-something years old, almost 50. Yeah. So you can already tell, he comes from an era when there was a certain way and certain things was going down. So in the 80s, right, gangbang. Gangbang has been, there's been gangs forever.
Exactly.
There's always been a gang. The United States is built on gang. The gangs, them Europeans that came over here, them inmates that came over here that get kicked out of England or wherever they came from. And then, whatever, boom, boom, bam. Here we are. Long story short, I'm talking too much. I need to get back to the point.
No, you're not.
The point is this. If the parents come from, let's say, I live in California right now, but if I was in New York, if you live in a certain part, boom, there was no colors. You are who you are. So you look at the dynamics. You look at the perspectives. Okay, so if both parents, if they was raised in an area where it's heavily influenced by gangs,
exactly.
They are going to become members, unless they stand strong.
Of what they influenced by in their community.
Yeah, based in the community.
Yeah.
If you have this type of thing going in the community, your moms may be on one side of the street and Pop may be some other side of the street, but it may be a controlled neighborhood. Yeah. Controlled neighborhood means it could be
the community watching out for the.
Yeah. But at the time when this stuff was going on, this stuff was actually a group of people, a group of black citizens, U.S. citizens, defending themselves from the police department.
Exactly.
So it wasn't ganging. It wasn't gangbanging to what it is, what it escalated to. So now here you got a child who has parents. They're not gang members. They're militant.
Yeah, exactly.
And they're into protecting their neighborhood. Now, we understand that we have brothers, kings killing kings. We got brothers out here knocking down other brothers because what? I got a fat chain, I got money. But because you lazy enough not to go get a job, nigga? Come on, man. When it all boils down to it, that's what it is. Some of you people over here blaming, I don't know, I'm mad now. I'm hot. I'm irate now. You're going to bring up the Ross Clark, that Jamaican man out to you. Right? But it pisses me off because I've been out here, I've done my time on the street, I've been locked up.
Yeah.
I've had homies, niggas, oh yeah, man, I had niggas telling on me.
Yeah.
So when it comes down to the code of the streets, choices and chances, well, I made a choice and I took a chance.
Yeah.
And that chance got me to where I was at.
Yeah.
Now, my choices are different now. Am I at the age I'm at now willing to roll the dice and take a chance doing the same shit I did back in the day? So when I see niggas that run up to me, hey, yo, man, like it is back in the day. Now, today is not yesterday. Today is today.
Yeah,
it's a whole new day. I'm a whole new man. When I was locked up, none of them cats wrote me a letter. Yeah. So some of you cats that's listening to this, yeah, you catching me on one. Willie P, it's on one. I'm hot. I'm mad. I'm iron on. Don't touch me. Don't touch me now, boy.
Yeah, so that's where it still relies on choices and chances.
Yo,
so
man.
That was beautiful, bro. That was beautiful. Man. So what choices are you making? Are you making the right choices in your life to make sure you had the right chances to get to where you need to be? Man, because a lot of us not. A lot of us not. A lot of us is sitting back thinking the new wave of murdering each other and putting it on Instagram, bragging and snitching on yourself is the new fucking way. That shit ain't the way. Y'all gotta wake up, man.
You gotta wake up.
You gotta wake the fuck up.
Yo.
We so far behind, and they keep pushing us further and further behind with this bullshit, because they will sit back and promote the hell out of this bullshit that we going through, but they don't promote what's going on in their own household. So we gotta wake up, man. We all have choices and chances.
Hey, yo, if you wake up, I put it like this. If you wake up, I don't understand how it is you want some money. But if you wake up and you got a partner with you, and he's telling you, yo, I got a lick, and you want to make that choice to take the chance on either going to jail or getting killed. What the fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah.
Because if you're going to go out there, what if you get killed? Oh, man, I don't give a fuck about nothing. You do give a fuck about something. Because you standing right, you sitting here listening to this shit.
Exactly.
You woke up, yes,
you jumped in the car with your buddies that you ride or die for, so you give a fuck about something.
You do. So if your niggas is telling you this and you know what the consequence is, you your own man, you a king, don't be no bitch. Be you your own man. You your own motherfucking man. Because let's say for example all them cats get killed and you the only motherfucker alive. Who's gonna put some money on your books? If your mama and your pops knew what the fuck you out there doing, they'll beat you, man, they'll smack you stupid. And then and whatever time they give you, if they don't give you a life sentence, because you gonna get a life sentence if your partners die? Yeah, you got an L, nigga.
Oh yeah.
Is that worth you sitting up in prison, relying on somebody to put something on your motherfucking books? Because of your stupid ass choice. Because you took a chance trying to get some motherfucking money that you could have just went to work for 8 hours and got you some pussy afterwards.
Exactly.
Smoke you some blunts.
Exactly.
And wake up tomorrow morning a whole new day, a whole new man with a better objective.
I got a whole nother outlook.
Whole nother outlook. Because now you woke up in the morning, pray to God, you made a choice to pray to God. Exactly. God bless you with everything. So he's giving you all these advantages that translate to chances. Exactly. But you don't count those. Because in your mind, I want to get what everybody else got. Because I want to follow somebody else. You your own man.
Your own damn
We're
man.
all kings, man. We're all kings. God created man and woman to be conquerors of the earth. So you ain't got to follow no man. If a man's is gonna give you the option, that's a choice, to go get some money, which is gonna be a chance, an advantage to put something that you don't want to go to work hard to go get. To lose your life, or because when you go to jail, you a slave.
Exactly.
You a slave to the system, you a slave to your people. Now you get on the phone calling these motherfuckers who don't even give a fuck about you. You think they do. They just give a fuck about you because you active. Because you out there doing what they want you to do. You're a robot. You a pawn. You're not even, man, you can't even work your way up because you're going to get killed before you become a rook or a bishop.
Exactly.
So, come on, man. Don't be an ass clown, man. Wake the fuck up. Make
Like-
the choice. Take the chance.
Take the
to
chance.
get yourself, your life in order.
Like the homie doing. The homie, me and go burn down. You know what I'm saying?
You wanna check out the chances and choices.
Sure.
Check out Jay Prince.
Yeah, exactly.
Check out 50 Cent. Read one of the 50 Laws of Power. It's gonna break it down to you, man. Them niggas out there in the street they only sign with you until you get your ass clipped. That's one of mine. That's off the top.
Off the top. Motherfuckers only gonna ride with you for as long as your success ride.
Yeah. But he says them niggas you hang with, I forgot how it go, but I flipped it. I said them niggas you hang with ain't gonna do nothing but sit around and watch you get your ass whipped. Well, man, get your ass whipped. Yo, Jada Kiss. It's some Jada Kiss shit.
Yeah, that's
You said, man, them
real shit.
niggas you hang with ain't gonna do nothing but watch you something. And I just flipped it. I did my own rhyme.
Yeah,
I said, man, them niggas
yeah.
you hang with ain't gonna get
But that's 9 times out of 10 is what's gonna happen. Niggas are gonna sit back and wanna see how
see
you
what you
handle
do.
yourself, see what you do.
And if you die, you the only one dead. It's over. But these are the niggas you about to die with, right? The niggas that you ride with, you get to sit back and watch you get your ass kicked or get your ass clipped.
Yeah. See, but man, this gang shit go deep. The first, I think the first act of gangs in Western civilization was reported back in 1873.
Where?
A widely respected
What's
British
it again?
crime.
In the United States?
Yeah, no, I think they was in Britain.
Yeah.
This shit go back way back before us. Before they try to say we was on this bullshit. So
Oh,
gangs,
magnifying glass.
this shit was going deep way back then. He speculates that similar gangs might well have existed in our mother country much earlier, perhaps as early as the 14th century, even in the 12th century. See, so gangs been running these streets rampant before they try to make it like black men been running gangs and just terrorizing the streets. And
So what was the influence?
influence,
So that'll tell us right here. The influence be like
migration, patterns of
100%.
gang emergence.
the origins of gang activity and examine regional migration and cultural influence on the gangs themselves.
Yeah, exactly.
The Irish usually were the one to become the police on the street.
Exactly. That's how it normally went.
And that's how it goes now.
That's how it goes now.
Because there's at least one, I don't know about California, but there's at least one Irish person in most of, as a chief, besides the black women in Baltimore and Chicago. But there's, Irish blood throughout the whole police system. And you got the KKK, who are part of the gangs.
Exactly.
That before there was slavery out here in the United States, the English and the Spaniards banished people. Like the Spaniards sent explorers, just like the English and the British. But they banished most of their criminals from Australia. Because they were sitting in Australia. Australia helped them because they're all under the Queen Elizabeth rule.
Okay.
And banished them over here to the United States.
Okay.
Because there's so much wickedness out there. White man is wicked.
Oh, of course.
So what they do is they stay lazy. A lot of them out there were rich because not all criminals came over here. You had, prominent people from various regions in Europe.
Want to build and start their own.
Like
Exactly.
George Washington and this and that and the third. His family come through, a lineage too. But how these white people get on this land? They took this land from the Mexicans and the Indians. And who embraced the blacks is usually the Indians. And some Mexicans. But not many of Aztecs and Mayans.
Okay, so they said the
Yeah,
first period
that's
of
deep,
gang. They said the first period of gang emergence was in New York City. Where you from?
Yeah.
So tell us, read a little bit about that right there. What they talking about?
Oh, it says the members of the gangs that first drove social states in the streets of New York in the late 18th century were the same age as most members of the current street gangs from the early teens to the mid 20s,
That's crazy.
which is Santee. So it says a quote from Santee, 1991. They considered the five main groups: the Smiths, Valley Gang, the Bowery Boys, the Broadway Boys were white, mainly Irish groups. The Fly Boys and the Longbridge Boys were black. There already was substantial black population in the area. Quoting from Santee in 1991 on page 189. It's important to examine most closely that racial and ethnic character of the early New York gangs described here. Overall, the earliest gangs were largely Irish.
Exactly, like you said.
Yeah.
Like you
Followed
said.
after the Civil War by Italians
Italians
and then Jewish gangs with a mixture of Italian, Irish, and Scandinavian members.
But they condemn us like we the cause of the gang.
But they the gangs.
But they're the gang. You know what I'm saying? But we're condemned and beat and killed and murdered in mass. Like we started all of this.
Like we ain't shit.
Like we ain't shit. Which is already in their, you know what I'm saying?
Now you think about all the
they still
brothers-
look at us like that in their constitution because it's like we said in our earlier shows, it's like a lot of this stuff wasn't meant for us to succeed. You know what I'm saying? So.
But you know what's funny is this, at the end part, it's the Dutch, the Welsh, the Scottish Irish, the Irish Catholic, and German youth, as well as persons of mixed ethnicity.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
throughout all those races or nationalities or personalities that I just mentioned,
And they said
they have blacks in them.
exactly, and it was soon enhanced the melting pot of what's going on today.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So some of our adversaries are Dutch and Jews, or black. Even though they may look pale, they still us.
Exactly. So that brings us back to choices and chances, man.
Hey,
Did we ever have a choice? I don't think we ever did.
Hey,
It
yo.
was already designed. It's already designed.
Yeah.
Now, what we do in our lives and do what, or the end chapter of our lives, that's up to us. That's completely up to us. Whatever we've done in our lives, I'll pray we rectified and answered to it, and we knew people or whatever you got going on in your life. But the next chapter of our lives is up to us. We can't let nobody hold our lives in their hand no longer. That's real.
Hey, you remember back in school, I just thought back
What?
that song in elementary school. You got the whole wide world.
In our hands.
Yeah, he got the whole world.
In our hands,
You got the whole wide world. In our hands, you got the whole wide world. In our hands. You know what I'm saying?
And we do though. Hey, but I can't. We do and we don't, man. It's just this. They just released this black woman. You need to check that out too.
Release?
Released this black woman from the penitentiary after 27 years for
Oh,
a crime she
let's see
didn't
that.
commit.
What's her name?
I couldn't even tell you her name. But they just released her from the pen after 27 years.
27 years in prison.
27 years in prison for a crime she did not commit.
Hey, don't y'all people, all those
What
y'all.
does she deserve to have in life, man? Her life should be lavished and furnished when they know this.
Hey, do you vote? Are you a voter?
Not really. I'm not a voter.
Okay, so I'm gonna ask all those people who kind of hurt those that vote feelings, but I'm gonna hurt those feelings. I'm gonna ask those who vote a question. If you vote and you know that the people and the documents and not the documents, but the democracy that you rule, that you voting for, you're looking for a president, you're looking for a form of order, right? And you see this order. I don't know how old you are, but I'm as old as I am. And I've heard this order not been completed yet. We keep rolling the dice. We keep taking a chance, making a choice. But it's never been fulfilled. It ain't been fulfilled by you It ain't been fulfilled by your foreparents.
Exactly.
When is this going to happen?
Because we putting all our trust into mere men, another human being like such as ourselves, like that don't know the answer.
I understand that. So then that makes people think. I'm not gonna impose on them. I'm let them think. If you go to church and you pray, and you see your pastor, if you're a Catholic, Baptist, whatever it is, you ask your preacher, man, what's going on? And if he don't tell you to read your Bible and pray, then I don't know what you need. You need to shake the spot. I like to, usually I like to take the back seat. I really don't say much, but when I do, I try to say clear. I try to sound clear and say things right.
Yeah.
Today, my host leaving the mic on me, and I'm doing the most I can. Can I get up? Bing bong! Yeah, I love that shit, man.
I'm saying all the celebrities.
I mean, it's kind of old, but it's bing bong. But we're gonna do the finance thing because we gotta be on Bitcoin. I made not a gamble, but I did a small investment. I put $10 on the USD, right? A couple, like when old boy came, when we had the guest. Then I put $10 on Bitcoin.
Okay.
So it fluctuated. Next thing I know, I had $20, but that's 10. I said, okay, my $10 went to 20. Now I'm down at $18.
Yeah, the market, it's gonna fluctuate.
So I made a mistake because now.
Why you say that?
I had called Lyft. It's not my mistake. It's really the bank mistake, really. Because when I made the transaction, the money should be already there, and the money was there. But they waited till the next day to take the money out, and that money wasn't there. So I tried to get that.
Who waited till the next day?
The bank.
Oh, to take the money out. To take the money out for your investments. That you
No. They took the money. They didn't take the $15 for me catching the ride back home.
Oh, they didn't take the money out from that.
So I called Lyft 6 o'clock in the morning. Yo, I need to go home. I don't want to wait for the bus right now. I'm tired, right? So this what happened.
Oh shit!
This what happened. So the Lyft came, picked me up, get to my door, boom, 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 get it through $3 tip. I know I got like $75 in it. Man, I spend the rest of the money. Cause I'm like, okay, cool. And my bank is telling me, okay, well, this is pending. Boom, they already took the money out. Man.
That's one thing.
That shit. So I'm already overdraft $15, right? But they telling me, oh, you positive. I'm like, how am I positive? I just spent the rest of that $75 doing this, that, and the third. Man, this Ross class did this, that, and the third. Oh me.
That's exactly how it's gonna go. That's why I don't fuck with the money till I make sure everything is out and shit. You know what I'm saying?
And the cool thing is this, look, I can show you on the phone.
That shit be pending for a minute. I don't know what, I have Bank of America. That shit be pending for, I'm like, man, did they take that money out already, man? Because I need to go do this and that and the third and shit. I'll be like, man, they took it's pending. So I'm thinking just because it's pending that they didn't take the money. These bastards don't even be taking the money out though.
So I say, okay, you know what? Just to balance myself out, I take some of the cryptocurrency I got and try to apply it to my bank account.
Okay.
Say $15. Boom. Okay, well I'm $15 short. That was the ride for the back to the house. That money disappeared on crypto. I used the USDC thing because I put $10 on United States dollars and I put $10 on Bitcoin.
It disappeared.
Yo, they telling me, yo, man.
You know why?
They said no. They sent me a link. They said, hey, this. I forgot. It was this morning.
Yeah. If this is you to verify that you was trying to make that transaction.
Yeah.
Probably, check it out. Though you probably tried to take it out too soon, cause it.
No, look. Okay, so let me tell you this part. When Bitcoin was blowing up, they asked me to cash out. I'm like, why am I gonna cash out? Where's this $20 come from? Then I see I got $10 in here, and then I put $10 on Bitcoin. That $10 turned to $10, but it's like,
man.
I'm like, why is it cashing out? And so we're gonna close y'all out. Thank y'all for listening. We appreciate your generosity, hospitality, the good things you got going on.
Hope y'all hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell so you can.
And we do read reviews.